Tanya Barnett Show. It's the 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 Tanya. When we talk about real things, talk about life things. The 21st century woman gotta get right. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, marriage, divorce, dating, healthy living, and thriving, of course. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show.
Hey there, this is Tanya Barnett, the host of the Tanya Barnett Show, where we discuss the unique challenges of the 21st century women. So buckle up and get ready, sister, to get your life right.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya.
Good evening. This is your host, Tanya Barnett, the host of the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet. I'm so excited that you decided to stop by tonight. We have a fantastic guest that you will be able to meet a little later on. I want to thank everybody who showed us a lot of love on Facebook Live. So Facebook Live family, thank you so much. Show those hearts. Hey, Jay. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Ty. Just want to thank everybody who's showing us some Facebook love. I've added that component to the Tanya Barnett Show where you can actually see the behind the scenes going on at the Tanya Barnett Show, and it has been exciting. It has been fun. So thank you everyone who has joined us via Facebook Live. Make sure you share this out. It is also, if you do not catch it on Facebook, or you don't catch us live, you can catch us on replay on my YouTube channel, which is Tanya Speaks Life. So if you go to Tanya Speaks Life on YouTube, you can catch all of the replays. We've had some fantastic women on this show. We've had authors, we've had natural hair care product makers, we've had natural product makers, we've had designers, we've had coaches, pediatricians, you name it. This show is all about you. It's all about my African American sisters who are paving a way through entrepreneurship. So I am honored to be able to use my platform to share with you all. So right after this break here on the Tanya Barnett Show, we're going to have my favorite segment, which is She's Gotta Have It. And I'll also be bringing my special guest on, and she's going to share her She's Gotta Have It as well. I know it's popular right now, but I've been using She's Gotta Have It for a while before Netflix, okay? So She's Gotta Have It is right after this here on the Tanya Barnett Show. See you in a second.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio.
Hey, this is Tanya Barnett, your host of the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet. I am here on another fantastic Monday night here in the Washington, D.C. area. It is beautiful. If you have not had an opportunity to check out any of the lights, whether you go to Watkins Park and go drive through there, or just some of the communities here in D.C. that I have seen the Christmas lights, or for some people holiday lights, it is amazing. It is beautiful. So make sure you take your kids out. Don't be that parent who is Scrooge and your kids are asking to go see holiday lights. I would challenge you to take your kids this year to go see somebody's holiday lights. Even at National Harbor, ice is there. So take your kids there to go check out all the ice sculptures. There's a lot to do here in the Washington, D.C. area. And if you're not local to the D.C. area, you can Google, Siri, whatever, to find out some fun activities that you can take your kids during this season. It's beautiful outside. It may be cold, it may be chilly, but guess what? This is a time where everyone is warm, everyone is kind, and take advantage of it. All right? So here on the Tanya Barnett Show, this is my favorite segment called She's Gotta Have It. You all know that this is my favorite part of the show. I love my guests because I have the flyest guests on the planet. However, I also love She's Gotta Have It. So my She's Gotta Have It tonight is none other than Savoy Scents, and I love their candles. And Shanice is the founder and owner of this, her and her husband, Savoy Scents. And they have some fantastic candles that they come in these beautiful boxes. And this one I burned. So this one is French lavender. I love French lavender. Anything lavender, I love. So this is Savoy Scents, and it smells heavenly. Also, one thing I want to tell you about Savoy Scents is that they do. They also do mini candles to put in your, if you say for you have a bridal shower or baby shower or anything like that, or if you're an entrepreneur and you have a subscription box like a Christmas box or a Mother's Day box or what have you, they will do candles for you and they will label it for you with your logo on it. So this one is Coils by Nature. This was in her Mother's Day box that I purchased. And this candle is called A Mother's Love, and the scent is Magnolia Orange Blossom. And this is a beautiful scent. It is yummy. And these are soy candles. So guess what? If you decide to purchase one of hers and use it for a romantic night, you can actually use it as massage oil as the candle burns. So how hot is that? Like literally, that is so hot. So I'm going to bring on my special guest because she has her very own She's Gotta Have It. My special guest tonight is none other. There she is, Mimi Green of MimiCuteLips. Hey, lady.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me.
Yay! I'm so excited. So my special guest tonight is none other than Mimi Green of MimiCuteLips. You all have seen her. Every time you turn around, you turn on Fox 5 or USA 9. Good morning, DC, Washington, Baltimore, whatever. You're going to see Mimi Green of MimiCuteLips. So thank you so much for honoring me tonight and being my guest.
Certainly.
Yeah. So, this is my favorite segment. She's Gotta Have It. So, would you like to share with my audience the black business that you just have to have and you have to use?
So, mine is the artist Sierra Lynn. And actually, today happens to be her birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday, Sierra.
Yeah, she is a dope black chick here in the DC area. And she is an artist. She freehand paints. Okay, so this is a clutch I have by her.
Ooh, that is gorgeous.
And I also have this print on the shirt, but she makes these really dope glasses. A lot of, mothers whose children have been killed senselessly. She has taken those images and freehanded them and sent them to grieving families.
Wow.
She's active in the community. She gives back to kids. She's just a really, really dope business owner. She's a single mom, and she is doing it.
Awesome.
Her website is SierraLynnCollection.com.
Okay.
And on social media, she is the artist Sierra Lynn, CIERRALYNN.
Awesome. And I think that's fantastic that you feature also a local black business. So that is fantastic. I'm really excited about that. So thank you for sharing. And that is Sierra Lynn.
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure that we have that. So for my Facebook Live people, I know you can't see this beautiful bag that Mimi has. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. Go to Tanya Speaks later on tonight. You'll be able to catch this video. But the business is Sierra Lynn. So Mimi, thank you again so much for sharing her with us. I have not heard of her, so I'm definitely, since it's the holiday season, I will be looking at that because my daughters love authentic and original pieces. They don't like, wearing anything that anybody else has. So that would be fantastic.
Perfect. And she has some cute little black girl Christmas ornaments right now that you can get for your Christmas tree.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They're really cute.
Awesome. I'm going to get that for each one of them. So we have, again, my special guest tonight is none other than Mimi Green of MimiCuteLips, and she is here in the DC area, and she's a media correspondent. So Mimi, can you tell people a little bit about yourself and how you got into being a media correspondent?
So I fell into it.
Okay.
I was definitely one of those people who, growing up, I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do. And somehow, some way, my interest and I guess my purpose found me. So I started out blogging as a way to have an identity outside of motherhood. I became a mom, and everybody forgot all the amazing things I could do before. And it was just motherhood, mom this, baby that. So I started MimiCuteLips.com as a way for me to talk about all of the other things that made up who I am as a person outside of motherhood. And from there, as opportunities presented themselves and the more I hit the streets just grinding, I found my way and my love into media.
Awesome. Awesome. That is fantastic. And you brought up a good point. And there's some people on here. So if you have any questions on Facebook Live, I would love to share them with Mimi as well. But you brought up an awesome point about when we have our kids, we kind of get forgotten in the mix of that.
Yes.
And so can you share what you did? I know you talked about how you started blogging, but can you share just one simple tip for a mom who may be out there right now who has, say, a 2 or 3 year old, they're home and they kind of feel like, Dag, everyone forgot about me. They're only concerned with my kids. Can you give them some type of tip or some type of word of encouragement?
The best thing that helped me is to find your own happy. When you become a mother, we want to be the best. We want to do the best we can, but that doesn't mean neglecting yourself. A lot of times we forget who we are, what our interests are, what our dreams are. And when parenting started to overwhelm me, it was my interest outside of motherhood that helped me maintain my sanity. So I would say, find your thing. If it's reading, sneak away, get you a Kindle app. If you're sitting on the toilet, girl, extend it 5 minutes, get you a chapter in or something like that. But you have to find your me time, doing your me thing that doesn't include the kids or the mister or the whatever.
Right. Wow. That is so key. And I wish someone had told me that, when I was caught up in, in raising kids, because for a long time I didn't know what I liked or, all those things, like you said, kind of fell to the wayside. So that is amazing.
It happens to all of us, girl. I fell victim to it too.
Right. Wow. That is so, thank you for sharing that. And so can you tell people what a media correspondent is in case they want to know?
So it could be literally a variety of things. So
Okay.
being a blogger, pushing your own content out on your own website is an avenue for media. I also do a lot of segments on the local news. I go in, normally my segments are about 5 minutes. I talk about a lot of DIY things or crafty, seasonal related things. So that's one avenue of media. I attend events as media. So think if you're like, you see red carpet award shows, the people down yelling, hey, can you turn here? Look to the right. Can I ask you a couple questions? Those are the media people. And there are times when I am that girl.
That is amazing. And how long have you been doing this?
Solidly, the media part, I'd say for like the last 2.5 years. When I started the blog, I had no direction and no purpose other than I needed a break outside of motherhood.
Right.
So I was kind of all over the place. But within the last couple of years, I've really started to kind of come into my own and kind of focus on the media piece.
Awesome. That is fantastic. I really appreciate that, that you're saying that it's a process, because I think sometimes when people see all the pictures on social media and they see, you're here, you're there, you're everywhere. And, that a lot of people think it's an overnight success.
It's a long, slow, windy road. And I have a family. And so I can't be everywhere all the time. I can't be amazing. If I'm amazing on the red carpet, girl, my house is trash and my kids are out of control.
Right.
So we try to give that appearance of having it all. There's no such thing as having it all. You can balance and manage it the best you can.
Right.
But if you're excelling in one area, trust and believe you're falling off in another. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Right. Wow. That is so key that, that you said that you could be a success out in the world, but at home, you could
be a total failure, girl.
Right. And I think I've heard someone say that you're a public success, but a private failure. And I don't think any of us want that, but it's easy to fall into that, and then that's where communication comes in. So how do you find time for your kids with everything that you have going on?
No matter what, my children are going to come first. That doesn't mean that I'm at every single. My son had a basketball game this evening, and I was not there because his little sister got sick, and I had to pick her up early today. But Dad was there, and so even though I can't always show up to everything, I try my best to make sure someone else shows up. So if Dad can make it, then Dad is there. If not, Grandma, one of the kids has a program at 12. I can't make it at 12. I'll be there that evening. Can you go? So sometimes it is relying on your village. And there are times I've had some amazing opportunities that I had to say no to because my children came first. And there's some things that I'm willing to miss out on a basketball game. I'm not willing to miss out on a 6th grade promotion and things of that nature.
Right.
So there are those times where, as sad as I am crying on my keyboard, girl, I have to tell somebody thank you for the opportunity, but I'm not going to be able to do it, and I have to suck it up and move on.
Right. Wow. And I think people need to understand that you cannot go to everything.
No.
One of the things that I had to do, especially this is my daughter's senior year, is have a conversation with her. So not only have a conversation with her, but have a conversation with the honey and say, hey, these are some opportunities that I have, speaking engagements or whatever. And looking at everyone's calendar and everyone's schedule and saying, okay, would you be okay if I miss this? If not, it's okay. You know, like you said, send that email, say, hey, thank you so much for considering me, but I can't do it. So for me, what I have to do, especially with my daughter being a senior, is having that conversation with her. Yeah. And then there's some things where she's like, Mom, I really want you to come. Or there was like a senior financial aid night at school, and she's like, Mom, we already did the FOSFA form. We don't need to go to that. You know, so there's different things, and I think communication is really key to making sure that not only are, you know, your professional needs being met, but also your family's needs are being met as well.
That really is it. So, and I run my home via Google Calendar.
Yep, us too.
Dave has Google Calendar on his phone. We've got them color coded. Each kid has the color and everything. So he wants to have a life too. You know, I can't just always rely on him to be, you know, with the children, and I'm out here living my best life. Right. So we have a calendar. If he wants to go dirt biking with the boys, if that date and time is open on the calendar, then he'll send me the invite. Hey, you gonna be with the kids because I'm going dirt biking. And that system has worked for us. But also, like you said, having a conversation. So 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to be on ABC The Chew, and it was the same day as my son's 6th grade promotion. Wow. And I asked him, how would he feel if I was not there? I did not tell him what the opportunity was, and he said he would be disappointed because I'm always there. For me, that was it. So I told them, as much as I would love this opportunity, girl, I've been praying for this opportunity, I cannot do it. I can't sacrifice what's most important for this opportunity. I've also had to convince myself to finally believe that what's for me is for me. Right. That's good. At that time, Tanya, I said no to maybe a 10-minute segment on The Chew 2 years ago. And in October, I aired on a full 1-hour episode of The Chew. Right. So while it didn't happen then and I was devastated, when the time was right, it was an even better opportunity that came back around. Right.
That is so key. And I think that's so important for us to understand. What is for me is for me. So if I say no now, like you said, it wind up turning into an hour, you know, and that's something that you didn't make happen. It just happened for you.
No sometimes mean just not right now. Like maybe the universe is cooking up something even better and bigger than we dreamed of, and that happens a lot of times. Right.
Wow. That is so key, Mimi. I'm certain you are helping a lot of women that are listening right now, and men as well. You know, I think it's really important that, you know, we understand, okay, that opportunities will come, but now we can't take them all. You know,
right? And people always look on top. I have a 9-to-5, y'all. Right. So this dream is a part-time dream. Right. I have 2 kids. My son is headed to high school next year, so we're filling out applications. Girl, we taking PSATs, getting ready, and then I have a 5-year-old that just started kindergarten. Right. My life is all over the place right now. Right. So a lot of times people are like, "You're everywhere." Does it look that way?
But I also see too, the one thing I notice about you though, Mimi, and other bloggers that I admire is that a lot of times when you're at different places, you have your family with you. So you may have your boo with you, or you may have your kids with you. Yes. Will.
And I tell the kids, we went to Six Flags over the weekend. Oh no, this is an amazing time, y'all. We gonna have a good time, but mom is working. So when mom says smile, you better dig deep and find your best smile.
I love it. I love it. That, but you know, and bringing them into it because, you know, like my daughter, Donnie, she's 17. She had an opportunity this past summer to go to a lot of fabulous and fly fashion shows. We went to a Miss Black USA pageant,
Oh,
you know,
nice.
and so I was able to cover that when it was here at in DC. And so, you know, being able to take my children or my husband, if we go to couple events where I'm doing media there, then my husband's able to go with me, you know, to those as well. So when you incorporate your family in some of it, then they're more inclined to understand what you're doing because they know what mom or, you know, boo is doing while you're gone.
Right, and like the kids, oh, they like the benefits, honey. So
Right.
they're like, Mom, where are we going next? What's next? And so, like you said, it definitely does help them understand. But there are times where maybe just Babe and I go, and even though we're working, and he knows people are going to just randomly come up to him and say, "Oh my God, can you take a picture of me and Mimi Cute Lips?"
Right.
We still get date night in the mix
Right.
of all of that. So sometimes you just have to combine that family time or that date time into that event and make it work. And a lot of times you can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's just really key for people to understand that you can, in some instances, you could do both. And
You can.
it works
You
for you.
absolutely can.
You know, so I absolutely love that. So Mimi, that's gonna segue into our next segment right after this break. So hold tight. We'll be right back with you here on the Tanya Barnett Show.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio.
Hey everybody, this is Tanya Barnett, your host of the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet. My special guest tonight is none other than Mimi Green of MimiCuteLips. Welcome back, lady.
Hey, hey.
All right, so we're going to segue into, we talked about incorporating our families into what we do. And we have an interesting topic where you talked about keeping your relationship healthy with 13 years in. So
Yes.
how do you find time for the honey? So we talked about incorporating him into what you're doing, incorporating the children into what you're doing, but how do you find time where it's not date night / working?
So that has evolved over the years.
Okay.
I have to make it a priority. So the kids are in bed by a certain time. So it might be us just sitting on the sofa watching our favorite, I don't know, it could be a junk reality show or This Is Us, you know, or Blackish. So it may just be us sitting on the sofa watching our favorite show, watching a movie, me trying not to fall asleep on it, or just chit-chatting. He and I are very silly.
Okay.
And so that definitely helps. We have been together to be 14 years next month.
Woo!
And
Congratulations.
Yes, it's been a long time. And so the kids are getting older. They're going to have their own life. Look, the 8th grade already has his own life, okay? And the 5-year-old is well on her way. So we can't make them our lives. Now, of course, we're going to see after them, but we have to shore up our relationship and our foundation so that when they're gone, we still like each other.
Absolutely.
So we have so one of the things we also do is when the 5-year-old was a newborn, we used to do day dates, and we would take a day off from work, and we always did adventurous things. One day we biked across the Woodrow Wilson Bridge and rode our bicycles, child, to the movie theater at Hoffman, and went to see a movie, or we've gone zip lining and all those kind of things. So for us as parents, first of all, my kids' grandparents have their own life, so we can't always rely on them. So during the day, they're either at school or at childcare. So that was a great time for us to dedicate some me time without the kids. Don't ever underestimate the power of a day date. And we would go out and we were footloose and fancy free. Like, we didn't have kids for a whole 8 hours out of the day.
Right.
And it was a great way for us to recharge individually, but also together.
Right. Wow. And that is so key, because that's something Don and I do. There'll be some mornings where he'll just get up and be like, babe, I think I'm calling out today. And I'll be like, oh, for real? Okay, well, me too. And we'll go through the motions. The kids will be out the door. And then we're like, woohoo, we'll go to the gym and we'll go have lunch, and it's like we have that time to ourselves where we have a whole entire 8 hours to focus on each other. So I love the fact that you guys are doing the same thing. And so if you're watching this right now, make sure that you think outside the box. I love that she said they just got their bikes and they biked across a bridge and went to go watch the movies. Think outside the box. It doesn't have to always be a Friday night, Saturday night where you're dressing up, getting a sitter, because, if you have young ones, a sitter costs. Whereas if you take the day off, we call it our hooky day. And we're playing hooky, we don't have to consider, well, our kids are teenagers, but, if you have kids that are in school, you don't even have to consider childcare because your kids will be at school all day. So that is great. And then finding fun things to do, like zip lining. You can't, most of those places are closed at night. But if you go during the day, Sky Zone where you can jump, or bowling. There's no one in the bowling alley during the day.
That's the best part, though, Tanya. When you go out in the evening, it's jam-packed. When you go out during the day, oh, no. You get the best seat in the theater if that's where you want to go. A lot of times in the beginning, we would try living social deals or Groupon.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great, cheap way to try out something maybe we didn't want to fully commit to because we didn't know what it was like. And who knew that I would enjoy going to the trapeze school? I mean, it's here locally in D.C., but that's one of the things we've done. And so it forced me outside of my box. Now, the other thing now, you have to compromise. So maybe one activity may be a little more geared to his interest or geared to your interest or something you have in common. But you cannot forget to entertain his interest. My babe is a motorcycle rider. Child, I know way more about motorcycles than the average woman to have only been on one like twice. I mean, parts, pieces, racers, everything. But that's his thing. And so I can either find a way to enjoy it as well or at least be a part of it. You don't have to enjoy it. Just don't be nasty. But I can find a way to be a part of that, or I can go do something else. So if he's just watching motorcycle racing on TV, I can go sit on the sofa beside him. I don't have to, be engaged. I can ask questions and he'll answer it, but you can't forget about your partner's interest. It cannot just be all about you, ladies, even though I know we want it to be.
Right. That is so good. And you're getting a lot of hearts on Facebook behind that, too. So that's resonating with some of the ladies. So, yeah, and I'm sure some of you fellas who are watching, I'm sure you would want your woman to be into what you're into as well. And it goes vice versa, to also, like you said, swap it off. I think one of my other guests, she said that one date they do what he wants to do, and it's already in a jar. And the next date they do what she wants to do. And their rule is you have to do it without complaining. You have to just go along, enjoy it. And then back to the Living Social and Groupon, and there's a couple others like that. We use that to go whitewater rafting and canoeing and biking on the B&O Canal, somewhere out in West Virginia somewhere, in Hagerstown or something like that. And that's something I never would have done, whitewater rafting, canoeing, and biking. But we found out on Groupon, and we had a great time doing that. And
I want to try whitewater rafting. I've never. Now, see, we've been to River Riders, which is also out there in West Virginia, and it's a treetops course.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like an extreme Tarzan kind of activity.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I squeal through it most of the time, but it is so much fun. Like, you really get to see what you're made of.
Right.
And a lot of times you're like, no, girl, I'm not about to do that. And you
Right.
get out there and you realize, okay, I'm doing it, and I'm having fun.
Right, absolutely. And thinking outside the box, really, that's where the fun comes out of it. Doing something that you normally wouldn't do. Like you say, you did trapeze school. That's something I never thought about, but I really could see myself doing that, or even I know here in the DC area, you can take a helicopter ride. There's so many fun things that you can do. And you can use Groupon and Living Social.
Yeah, and take advantage of the season. Like right now, you can get all your romance on. They got all these Christmas lights. They have stuff at the Yards Park. They have a new igloo at the city center. Like these are great day dates, and you could just go walk around the city center. Y'all don't even have to do dinner. Get you a cup of hot cocoa or coffee or whatever, and still, get your date on at somebody else's expense.
Absolutely. And even with that, Mimi, you can also get the lunch menu. So from 12 or 11 to 3, you're getting, you're paying a third of the price. So that'll give you opportunity to try new foods too. Because I know there's someone on Facebook Live right now, and trying new foods is a struggle for her. So
I am a recovering, extremely picky eater.
Okay. Recovering. Okay. So
my mother is my mother still is a picky eater. And so growing up, if she didn't like it, she didn't buy it.
Wow.
And so she catered to my pickiness. She almost encouraged it because she was a picky eater. And it wasn't, so I waited until I had kids for some reason to find my inner Shiro and just become adventurous and stuff. And sometimes Babe would get so mad at me. The first time he wanted me to taste some sushi, and I barely tasted it, and I was like, I don't want this. And he was so annoyed. And I tried it again, and girl, I've been eating sushi for years. I absolutely loved it. So I think a lot of time, especially as women, we fear trying something new. And a lot of times, I'm guilty of it. I'm like, I don't like that. Girl, I ain't never had that. I don't know if I don't like it or not. But it just may not look appealing or sound appealing. So for me, some things, it's better to give it to me and let me try and tell me what it is after I have given you my opinion. Because sometimes if you tell me this is eel, I'm going to be like, no, thank you.
Right.
But if you just give it to me and just be like, here, try it and taste it, then tell me it's too late to be devastated because I already told you that it was good.
Right.
So start small, girl. You don't have to go too far out of your box. But start small, and you never know. You might find out you like it.
Right. Absolutely. I am enjoying this conversation because I'm sure you are helping a lot of people get out of their box or even begin to think about trying new stuff. I know for us, we went to a bar and they had 45 different beers. That you could try, and so and I'm not a beer drinker, so they have the option of you could try 5, and they were small little shots of beer. But even something like that for someone like me who's not a beer drinker, it gave me an opportunity to try something new, something I would have never done, had I not gone to that place. So, definitely, people, I want people to understand that you can get outside of your comfort zone, live life. I mean, we only have one life to live, and to only stick with, this thing and this thing and this thing, and then discard everything else. That's a pretty boring life.
It is, and it's okay to leave your box sometimes. I mean, so there are times, and I'm like, oh my God, I stepped so far outside of my box, I don't even recognize it anymore.
Right.
But there is growth outside of our comfort zones, and so you got to kind of keep that in mind.
Awesome. That is fantastic. So, Mimi, we're going to take a really quick break here on the Tanya Barnett Show, and we're going to bring you back right after this break. I'll see you in a minute.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio.
Hey there, welcome back to the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet. My special guest tonight is none other than the fabulous Ms. Mimi Green. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
I enjoy having you on my show tonight. So let me ask you something, Mimi. What drives you to do what you're doing? What drives you?
I love it.
Okay.
I could do so much more with MimiCuteLips. I could make thousands and thousands of dollars. Child, I don't. The great thing, I have a 9-to-5 to fund my dreams, so that makes a difference.
Okay.
I do it because I enjoy it, and when people start paying you to do things, it comes with boundaries and restrictions.
That's
and
so good.
I want the freedom of expression. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how and as often as I want to. My 9-to-5, I work for the federal government. So there are just some general things I'm not going to discuss because they pay the mortgage, child.
Right.
But I want to do what I want to do. If I wake up today and say, you know what, I want to do something totally different. I don't want anyone to say, no, we hired you and paid you to do this one thing and you do it well, and that's great. We don't care about all your other dreams. And so I do what makes me happy. I'm a serial crafter. I'm crafting something downstairs right now. And so MimiCuteLips.com gives me a way to fuse all the different aspects of me into one place. And those things change frequently.
I love it. I love it. And that is so true. When someone is paying you, you have to follow their rules and do it their way. So I am enjoying just looking at your blog. So if you have not checked out MimiCuteLips blog, you need to check her out, y'all. There is some
y'all need to check me out, y'all.
Yes, y'all really do. They really do. She has some fantastic stuff on there, some DIYs, great tips, her fat snacks. Yes. I thought I was going to get a fat snack today. That didn't happen. But she has some fantastic eateries that I never even heard of here in the Maryland, D.C. area. So make sure you check her out. So, Mimi, where can people reach you on social media?
You can find me everywhere. Wait, let's see. At MimiCuteLips.com.
Thank you for, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. MimiCuteLips everywhere and MimiCuteLips.com. So, Mimi, we talked about how you incorporate your children. We talked about how you take care of the honey. How do you take care of yourself? Here you are looking at 14 years of being together with this wonderful man who supports your dreams. And I love every time I see y'all post a picture together, it just makes me so happy. How do you find time for yourself with 14 years in, being in your relationship, having children, working a 9-to-5, as well as being a media correspondent?
Target.
Okay, explain.
So, I'm a Target shopper. I'm a Target addict. They probably could have a club just for me.
Okay.
So my schedule is flexible. I have work from home days. So on some of those days in particular, I do the things that I like. That means I'm probably watching A Different World half of the day, or I'm going to get my eyebrows together, or doing the things that make me eating Chick-fil-A probably way too much.
Okay.
But for me, even though I share my arts and crafts and DIYs on a blog, crafting is a very happy place for me. It allows me to kind of tune out everything else that's going on, good or bad, and I'm just like laser focused. But it's a very peaceful place for me. And sometimes I hang out with the girls. Maybe the girls and I go for brunch, or sometimes my cousins will come over in the evening and we'll sit around and drink wine and eat and chit chat and just do some very, very regular things. Sometimes I might go on vacation with the girls. We might take a weekend or, go out of town for a few days. So me time for me looks like a whole lot of things.
Okay. So you're definitely taking that me time, though.
Yes. Now, in the beginning, when I was new to parenting, I didn't. I had totally and completely lost myself, and it was all things baby and nothing me. I definitely have learned the importance of, in order for me to be my best, I have to make sure, I'm taking care of myself in order to be the best person I can for the kids. So getting your me time in however you can. Like I said, if that means you running off to the bathroom for a few minutes while the kids are shoving toys under the door, that's a way, you know, for you to get your peace, or wait until 5:59 to pick them up.
Wow. That is so key. Wait until 5:59 to pick them up. So you don't have to rush and pick them up unless you have a home daycare provider. So this is just my side note. I used to be a home daycare provider, and I would hate for them parents to show up at 5:59 because I knew they got off at 2:00 and I still had their kids at 5:59. Okay.
See what I mean?
So if they're in daycare in a center, you can wait till 5:59. If you got a home daycare provider, she wants some me time too. Okay.
She can have it at 6:01, 6:02.
Well, I'm not in that space anymore. Praise Jesus. But I was a home daycare provider for a long time, and
Ooh, bless your
I'd be
soul.
so mad at those parents, especially on government holidays, because I had their kids and they were
and they were out having day dates. We just told them, get your me time in, get your me time in.
I did. So, Mimi, I'm just so excited that you decided to drop by here today. I love everything about you. I love your energy. I am so happy we connected.
Me too.
Almost 2 years ago. So I'm excited to have you here. And can you tell everyone once again how they connect with you?
You can find me at MimiCuteLips.com or at MimiCuteLips on all social media. Don't be afraid to say hi. I get messages from people like, oh, I saw you, but I didn't speak. Speak. I'm friendly. I'm going to speak back. I give hugs. I chit chat. The same girl you see online is the same girl you're going to get in person.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what people need to understand. I mean, I would say 100% of my guests and the people that I'm connected with are down to earth people. Who you see me on set, you know, in the store or at a red carpet event, it's the same person. I'm going to hug your neck. I'm going to chop it up with you. I'm going to pop my gum because that's just who I am. You know, I'm just Tanya. You know, what you see is what you get. So, Mimi, thank you so much again for hanging out with us tonight. And I know I owe you a lunch too. So we definitely have to get lunch in.
This was a lot of fun. I like to chit chat and run my mouth.
Awesome. So I'm hoping next time you could be in studio.
Yes, I see you got a little fancy setup and everything.
Yes.
Pencil me in. I'm coming. I'm going to be live and in person.
Well, you know what I need to do? I need to have all of us, me, you, Julian, Christine, all of us, T in here. They wouldn't know what to do with us.
They're not ready, Tanya. They're not ready.
No. We would shut it down. It
would be so loud. You wouldn't even know what's going on.
Right. Even look, people watching live would be like, what are they doing?
But we can pull it off, though. We can do like a round table kind of rapid fire discussion or hot topics or something.
Yes, and we have the capacity to do that. So I'm going to have to put that on the calendar for 2018.
Yes.
That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be cool.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you, hon, so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. And like I said, within the next couple of weeks, since school is about to be out, we definitely need to do either brunch or lunch.
I'm always hungry, girl. I'm down. Fat snacks all day.
Yes. Hashtag fat snacks. All right, honey bun. Well, thank you so much, and we will chat later. Thank you so much for joining me. Right after this break, I will share with you where you can find me next here on the Tanya Barnett Show.
Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Tanya Barnett here on the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet. I want to thank again my special guest tonight, MimiCuteLips, Mimi Green of MimiCuteLips. She is a fantastic person. Make sure you check her out. Go to her website, MimiCuteLips.com, and MimiCuteLips on all social media. So I have a fantastic course that I'm going to be sharing with you all, a free one on Wednesday. It is called What's the Plan 2018. So make sure you visit me, that you get registered for that. That'll be Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And the link is bit.ly/What's the Plan 2018. And we're going to be talking about getting your house and your business in order. So make sure you register for that. We're going to have a lot of fun on that. And I can't wait to share with you a few tips about how to get your house in order. Also, I have two events this upcoming Saturday. I have my vision board party, virtual vision board party with Julian and Christine. Julian was here last Monday. Her sister Christine was here a couple Mondays ago. They had the 2018 transformational plan of Whose Shoes Are You Wearing? And so we have a virtual vision board party on Saturday at Facebook Live. So make sure you follow us on Facebook Live. You follow me, follow Christine, follow Julian. We're having a virtual vision board party. And what this is we want you to get your girlfriends together in the comfort of your home, have you some mimosas, French toast, whatever your go-to breakfast snacks are, and join us. Join us on Facebook Live. All you need, ladies, is poster board, markers, glue, scissors, and magazines, okay? And a lot of fun. And then the beautiful thing about this is that we will have a drawing for the best and the cutest and most creative vision board. You're going to post your pictures of your vision board, and one fantastic woman will win a 2018 Whose Shoes Are You Wearing transformational planner. Okay, so that is fantastic. You got to make sure that you join us on that. That is Julian, myself, and Christine. So we would love to have you join us for the virtual vision board party. That is Saturday, December 9th, this upcoming Saturday. And then from there, you can catch me at Shift 360, where Miss Tamika Gross is having her fantastic event on a yacht, y'all, okay? A yacht is going to be leaving right out of National Harbor Marina. So make sure you get your tickets for that. It's my360shift.com. I think she said she had a handful of tickets left. I cannot wait. This will be my first time on a yacht. I've been on several boats leaving out of D.C., but have not been on a yacht. So I'm really excited about that. And also check me out at bit.ly/Tanya Teaches, where you can get some of my several webinars that I have. So there's a TEDx webinar, Go From Tired to Wired, in the bedroom, and a couple other webinars. We'll learn how to get our lives right for 2018. So thank you all for joining me. Make sure you hit us up at the virtual vision board party on Saturday. I cannot wait. We're going to be clowning, y'all. We're going to be acting foolish at this vision board party. But guess what? You can join us from all around the world at your own home, and you can join us at our vision board parties. I am Tanya Barnett, the host of the Tanya Barnett Show, and I'll see you next Monday.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. 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 It's the Tanya. When we talk about real things, talk about life things. The 21st century woman gotta get right. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, marriage.